if I put this one book out there, if I go to the expense of a website and paid advertising, I've only got one item. You can't open a store with one item on the shelf. So I wrote another book. I got a sequel. And 2 books looks better than one, but it's still not enough. And that's when I started the Storyboard series. And those I've modeled after all of the internet TV series that are so popular right now. And people binge on them. They get hooked on them and can't wait for the next season. Tales from the Storyboard is a collection of short stories, all with the same character. Collectively, it tells a big saga. They're tall tales. They're told by a character named Rayford Hollis, who in 1983, which is the initial setting of the story, the introduction, he's 103 years old, and he lives in a long-term care facility in Kalispell, Montana. He is somewhat of a Forrest Gump or Little Big Man type character. Has an amazing history. His life story is bigger than life, and he has interacted with all sorts of historical figures, like Teddy Roosevelt. In the first story is called A Sandwich for Colonel Roosevelt. At 18 years old, went off to join Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders. He came from a family that cooked on a ranch in eastern Montana, cooked for 60 cowboys. And when he got to San Antonio to sign up for the Rough Riders, he found out that they already had everyone signed up, but they did need a cook. And he ended up going to Cuba as a cook. He's back with the Army on the border at Fort Bliss in El Paso. He and his friend Obadiah Freeman, who's another cook with the 10th Cavalry, a giant of a man, they end up getting captured by Villistas, and they go on that trek across the desert to Torreon with Pancho Villa. After that, took off with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show and toured all over Europe. Upcoming, he's cooking in a deli in New York City in 1921 during Prohibition, the Jazz era, the Harlem Renaissance, bootleggers, and there are all sorts of historical characters in there, like Al Jolson. It's called Al Jolson and the Jazz Joint. Al Jolson, Groucho Marx, Walter Winchell, Legs Diamond, Arnold Rothstein, and Dutch Schultz plays a very principal part in this. But they're all tall tales, bigger than life, and even the people who have heard these stories don't know if they're true or not, but we'll let the reader be the judge of that.